Welcome to the Talk Shop.
Welcome.
Today we have
Kay Weldon!
Take one.
Whew.
1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Talk shop. Talk shop. Sitting all around and hanging out in the talk shop. Talking about art and hoping to get back to work. Get in touch with those of us. We got all kinds of good things to discuss in the talk shop. Talking in the talk shop. Hanging out in the talk shop.
Hey, what's up? I don't know. What do you want to say?
Hey, what's up?
Hey! Hey!
Hey, what's up?
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Woohoo!
It's freezing in here.
We are so cold right
We're
now.
outside. I'm gonna
Hey,
put
what's
the scarf on.
up? Oh, okay.
Welcome to the Talk Shop, everyone. My name's Kami. This is Debradawn.
Yes, hello.
We are so excited today because our guest is our friend. Can you read it? Kay Weldon.
Woohoo! He rocks.
He does all kinds of stuff. I was going to say he's done this, and that, but the list goes on and on.
So much stuff.
I was like, what?
I know. We didn't know, like, he's, like, famous, like, super, like, a real, like, getting paid actor to do, and comedian, and all those other things.
Professional.
He's professional.
Yeah.
And we're just happy that he knows us and that he said yes to come do our show.
And not only that, he is so nice.
He's so nice.
He's such a nice guy.
Man,
He's
he
a
just
good-
wants to do his art.
He's a good guy.
Good guy.
Funny guy.
Funny guy.
Sweet guy.
Oh, he's so
He's got
sweet.
impeccable manners.
Very manner.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's pretty easy on the eyes, too, I would say.
Yeah, he's got good genes.
Yeah.
You
Great
like good
genes.
genes?
Anyway, we hope you enjoy our interview
Yeah.
with the Kay Weldon. In the Talk Shop.
Talk shop.
How are you?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Kay Weldon.
I
I
love it.
love your background. That looks so
Oh
cool.
my-
You know what? I didn't have anything, so I had to like take a picture with my phone. I wrote it down on a piece of paper and just took a picture on my phone and put it behind me.
Hey, that's so good. We gotta do that. That's a smart idea.
She's a little slow on that.
I'm really slow on the high five. So how are you?
I am great, and I'm glad to see that we're all cheersing. Good deal.
Today's the Diet Coke.
Cheers to JK.
Cheers to you guys. Oh my God, it feels like forever since I talked to you guys.
It has been forever.
Well, I know that we saw you when we did that Jerry Green's little one act that
Yeah,
we did with you.
which
That's
you were
Oh
really
yeah, for sure.
last time we saw you.
Absolutely.
At least we got to do a little something.
This is true. This is true. And it would happen after we all put together award-winning performances. We don't get to work together anymore. Like, get out of here.
There's a little something back here that might have been from that performance, Kami.
Oh, I see it. That beautiful jacket that I wore.
No, this jacket has a history because I wore this in the cabaret.
Yep.
Remember we did our little duet and you saved my ass and you came in and sang the guy's part. You totally saved me that
Yeah.
day.
We're
Anyway,
really thankful.
we were so happy.
Oh, glad to.
Yeah.
Glad to.
Such a good
We're
sport.
like, I like him.
Yeah. We're like, let's have him every time.
So anyway, this is the Talk Shop.
Ta-da!
All righty. I love it.
Well, this is Debradawn's
Costume shop.
costume shop.
Yeah. It's converted
Nice.
costume shop. Used to be a garage.
Yeah.
So my husband's not terribly thrilled about that. He swears that it's not actually costumes, that it's really just a huge extended Debradawn's closet.
Yeah.
I told him it's not my closet. What are you talking about? I don't know. It's because there are a few, skeletons in my closet. Other than that, we're good.
There's a bunch of skeletons in this closet.
As a matter of fact, I have a little trinket over here
Oh no.
that, I thought maybe you had left me a little memento, and I was really excited about it, and I'm never giving it back.
I was excited when I saw it.
We've
too.
gotten a lot of use out of it, and you'll be happy to know.
Oh,
We have.
that's my football game flask.
Oh,
He's gonna join this game. The flask I was stuffing.
Okay, well, if you go to another football game, then I maybe will let you borrow
See
it.
how sad we are that you don't have it.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad to donate it.
Okay, we would start off the show by asking you, I don't know.
Well, I can say you've been very, very busy. I see you all over Facebook and going to like Las Vegas and doing your stand-up, which happens to be one of my most favorite forms of entertainment. So tell us about that. What'd you do in Vegas?
I thought it was time. I felt comfortable enough finally to go to Las Vegas, and I had a blast. The producer was Kelly Lee Williams. He said he stumbled across me on one of my Zoom shows, and he said he had to reach out, and he invited me. I feel so honored because my first live gig was in another state after a year.
Isn't that great? I'm so proud of you. Have you ever done anything big like that before? Because that's pretty big time. I mean, show in Vegas.
Well, I mean, once or twice here. I've been at the Box Theater in Riverside, and I've also been at the Lewis Family Playhouse in Rancho Cucamonga.
Okay, so getting closer to LA, every little step.
Yes, well, Pasadena. I used to do the Ice House in Pasadena, and the Dow Comedy Studio down in Koreatown in Los Angeles. But not quite.
Remember us little people, will ya?
We'll come to your show and we'll be like, we'll bring the flask. We'll be in the audience.
Can I have your autograph, please?
Hey, well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll make sure that I save both of you seats because I will be doing a filmed special here in Temecula, California, here in September. It will be filmed. It's going to be my first live stand-up special, so I'm really excited about it. We just confirmed venue, just confirmed field crew, so like it's kind of coming at me real fast right now. So I think I'm gonna have to step off the shows a bit and kind of focus on this. It ended up being a little bit more than I thought it was going to be.
Wow,
that's a nice problem to have.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
We wanted to ask you, can you tell our audience, all two of them, how
basically us when we're watching it back.
we like to ask this question, how did we meet you? But really what we want you to do is just talk about us. How did we meet? What is your how did I meet Debradawn and Kami story?
Enough about you. Let's talk about us.
Yeah, we just
All right. Well, I could.
he's
You know
like,
what?
do
I think
I
I can appease
remember?
both of those questions. Let's see. Well, it started when I was looking for things to do in my area because the 2-3 hour drive in traffic or whatever gets old really fast. Even going down to San Diego on a weeknight can be a little bit of a pain, So I wanted to do something close to home, and I found this thing called the Harvard Street Villains Cabaret. And I was like, villains, okay, that sounds interesting. So I went to see what they were looking for, what they were expecting, and fortunately, it was exactly what I thought. It was a showcase of notorious villains. And in all my life, ever since the first time I saw him back in 1989, I've wanted to be the Joker.
You're that old? We thought you were a little baby.
You're not that old, JK.
No, I just got good genes. That's all. I am aged.
Yeah, we were noticing that about your jeans.
We noticed your jeans. Oh, not those. Never mind. Anyway, so yeah, we first met you at an audition. And
we should have saved the paper. I think I put, wow.
we scooped you up, and then you saved my ass because we had a performer that couldn't make it at the last minute.
Oh yeah.
Do my duet, and I was like, I need someone to do my duet,
and that's when she wore the coat,
and that's when I wore the coat. And then you came up and you learned the song in like one day, and we did this duet, and I was like, oh my god,
so I got this.
Jack, mental
I got your back.
Mental note, JK is awesome. And then you did a couple months later.
Yeah.
You auditioned for.
We all collaborated.
All of us, Debradawn included, came to my audition for.
I think it came like one day, so
I
got their award too. So
or no, what was it?
Every
Christmas story ever told, and that was a whirlwind of a fun time. I had a blast doing that show.
You guys were so funny. Oh my gosh.
Oh, thank you.
Together. And I literally I think I went like the week before you guys went up, and I told Jason, I don't know if the show's gonna make it in time. There are some people that don't even know their lines. Not me.
No, everyone. No, I agree. I mean, I think I've told you we made it down to the last.
By the hair on our chinny.
We had, I don't know, 10 rehearsals. It was a crazy short rehearsal period.
I hate those.
And a 3-person show. And you guys you
knocked it out of the park.
You made it. And it was like a big team effort.
Yeah, and you're all comedians. So, you didn't even really have to have it down. You just played off of each other and played the moment, and you were improving. It felt like you were improving. You were amazing.
Well, there was a lot of improv.
There was a lot, but luckily there's comedians there that are used to that improv stuff.
I love it. Thank you so much. I mean, and that was one of those things that I was like, I needed that show. I needed to put my axe to the grindstone, so to speak. And I was like, you know what? It's holidays. It's perfect time. It's the kind of show I want to do. And I think the funny part about it, I think my biggest motivation genuinely was going to YouTube and watching it and being like, I can do better than this.
Dude, I thought the same thing.
And I was about to say at rehearsal, Kami told me, she's like, you can go to YouTube and watch them, but they're not anything impressive. And I was like, see, I knew I wasn't the only one. I knew I wasn't the only one. I was like, I can do better than this.
JK's in the background going, sit down. Let me show you how it's done.
I mean, and I am not an arrogant performer by any stretch, but I watched that and I was like, I think I can do this. Yeah. I can handle this. And that took the weight off my shoulders, because it is an intimidating script when you and only 2 other people have all the lines.
And all those changes and props and costumes and stuff.
The
costume process was extremely easy. Like, I love the layout, the way everything was set up. Like, it was beautiful.
Thank you. And it was good because we all got the award. We did.
This is true. I am still bragging. Like, I am telling, like, it's on my resume. I am an award-winning actor. It's on my Instagram. Yes, I am.
It's special for us because it was really the first play we got to do there, because we had done the cabarets.
But it was a real play.
But this was a play. And it was our first production, and it was a Christmas show. We had, 3 performances or something.
Talk about bragging rights.
To be recognized.
Our first real play, we all get the ensemble award. I mean, for Harvard Street Theater Company, that was starting with a bang. We were very proud of ourselves.
I was very proud to be a part of that. Extremely proud to be a part of it. And I was excited for what was coming. And, of course, life happened. But it's looking like we're inching back in the right direction.
Well, now you just transitioned nicely for us, because the Diamond Valley Arts Center have kind of closed down for here, and they went up to Idlewild, and they've got some stuff going on there. They have an outdoor theater, and they want us and others to come and maybe do a few things, and they could even host us down here if we could just find a venue. So Kami said, well, we had so much fun when we did the Christmas show, and those guys are so good, and we already know it. So why don't we just have them come back? Do it again.
Well, not only that, but if we can partner up with some people here in the Valley that have a stage, because we don't have a stage anymore. What I'd like to do is get in maybe at the Ramona Outdoor. They have an outdoor stage, which is probably about as big as...
It's bigger than the one you guys performed on.
Bigger than the one at DVAC, I'm thinking. But anyway, I think it would be a great partnership with DVAC where we could bring artists like you in there. We could do comedy shows there. We could do bands. We could do musicians. We can do our Harvard Street Theater Company stuff. Anyway,
I mean, that's if you're, willing to come back down to our level and, do something with your hometown.
Dude, I want you to like book the people and bring them out. And I'm just going to sit there and go, yep.
Yeah, we know him.
I'm a firm believer that you can't get to where you're going unless you acknowledge where you've been. And every step along the way is just as important as the one that comes after it.
Yeah. Because you've been here. You've been here.
Absolutely. Hey, and I'm real. And I am serious about that, because there are so many artists, especially right now, hurting, it's not I love that there's been a bit of a shift in the last year. It's not so much about the entertainment industry as much as it is about the artist. People want to take care of the artists right now.
Well, that's kind of our mission here with the show. We want to support people that have been stifled for the past year.
Yeah.
Because people are just busting out all over. We've had such a great response already for people that want to come be on the show.
Because everybody wants to talk about themselves, right?
Who doesn't? Obviously.
Speaking of other actors, can you tell us a little bit? I know that you're affiliated with another group called Full Circle Players.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, I am.
And is that out of Riverside, correct? Is that right?
Yes, Full Circle Players Theater Company is based out of Riverside, California. I am actually a board member of Full Circle. And we are actually in the midst of our new play works festival right now. And it's been a pretty intense process. We all had to read plays. And it's funny because when you do something the first time, you're not expecting a huge response. We were expecting to receive 20, 30 plays at, tops. And we got over 100. So now everybody on the board, everybody's reading plays and judging and scoring, and people who weren't expecting to be readers were reading now, and we're scoring and we're trying to hustle, and we're like, oh my goodness. And it was a great response. We actually just got to the finalists.
I know, I saw it. I actually was one of the readers. I got to read Wendy Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know her in person, but we know each other from Facebook just because she's a theater person, and we have a lot of mutual friends. But and I did submit a monologue to Full Circle back when we were all doing monologues from home and posting them because we were so sad. We have to act. Please put us on Facebook. But anyway, so I got to read a couple, and that was a fun experience. So I actually did meet her like this.
Oh, nice.
We actually took some submissions. I don't know, when did we do that DMV thing? 6 months ago or something?
Yeah, right around when you did your show with us, the suicide one.
Okay, yeah.
Right around that time. I just put it out there on our Facebook page. We would because we've been doing the stageless screen series where we just do Zoom plays and record them and put them on. Okay, that's kind of just a selfish thing that we do for fun.
Just because we're dying of boredom.
And it's fun. But we put the word out there and said, and just invited people to bring in or send us some one acts. So we got, I don't know, 5, I think, not too many. People just have to get this out of their head. They're writing all this stuff, and it's, I don't want that. I want to do happy, fun, happy, joy, happy, joy.
Absolutely. That's why I hope the first stage play I get to be on stage for again is a comedy of some sort. Because I mean, my last Shakespearean play was Othello, and that's a deep one, you know. And
Oh gosh.
I did get to do Annie last year, and it's that's actually a funny story because I wasn't going to audition for it because I'm not what they call a musical guy. I'm not big on the musicals.
I've heard you sing. You're really good.
I know it's just well, not I know that I sing
Oh,
really good. Thank you very much. I appreciate thank you so much. But like I can understand, how I would fit into a musical, but I think it's more me not wanting to do one because I walked into Annie with because it was the attitude of my good friend John Edward Clark was the director, and another good friend of mine Alicia was the stage manager, and she gives me a call, and I'm like, okay, what's up, Alicia? Like, what do you need? And she's like, they had somebody back out. I need a body, and I'm like, what's the part? And it was Drake, the butler from Annie,
great part.
Oh, wow.
and, and I'm like, how many lines does he have? Like, I'm asking every question I possibly can to give myself an excuse to say no.
Yeah.
A
And
lot of people, I mean, Annie is one of those shows you either love it or you hate it.
I mean,
And I
yeah,
don't know where you were with it before, but I have always loved Annie ever since I was a little kid, and I've been in Annie, so I love Annie.
I like Annie too. So how did you do when you took the role?
well, I mean, I ended up having fun. I did because I mean, it was a show, so I put same old. I put everything into it, and I ended up having a blast. And but the kicker was when I got to rehearsal. If it didn't dawn on me, kids, I don't normally work well. I get. I'm
You
trying to
don't
say this without being the
have
bad guy.
a little bit of a kid's show,
Mm-hmm.
it's
a little bit.
it's was, was so many kids.
I worked with I was in youth theater for like 10 years, so I
Yeah.
totally hear you.
Yeah, and I'm a mom of 3, so I totally hear you.
It's frustrating. You know what?
But
That was
I will say that these young actors that I worked with in Annie, the young lady who played Annie, her name was Sarah. Extremely talented, extremely professional, on point, lines memorized. Like she was amazing. A lot of the other kids, I was pleasantly surprised because this was a really professional group of kids, and I found out that the majority of them all went to the same dance and theater and musical theater school at and all that jazz here in Temecula. So I was like, that goes to show the kind of teaching that they're doing. And so I put my girls in and all that jazz for that reason.
it was that at the Old Town Theater, the Old Town
Yes, I was at the Old Town Temecula Community Theater.
Theater. I loved the whole. Have you been there?
Yes.
It is. I just love Old Town. I'm
Me
from.
too.
I lived in Temecula for about 10 years, but way back before there was anything cool there like that.
Right.
So when I go back now, I'm like, I drive down Old Town. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish. I wish they had all this when I lived here because it's just so fun.
We were trying to bring that atmosphere to Harvard Street. We were all for them bringing in all those cool little shops and everything. And I really feel like we were on our way. Harvard Street was just alive. And now
we were just about to bust out.
Yeah.
I do. I 100% believe that because like every time I went down there, I went to a different little restaurant, different little corner shop, bookstore, coffee shop, like sandwich shop. I went to and just being down there and just the setup when we were down there, we were doing advertising at the Christmas festival.
Yeah.
And just to walk around to all the places and and just get to hang out with people and stuff like that. It's so
sad now.
That was a really good day.
But now, JK, it's like a ghost town. Everything is closed. And Kami and I, when we go there, we always sing that song. This used to be our playground.
I'm gonna sing that in every episode.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? My dad, who was he's a little bit of a prophet. He left me when I was 13, but he told me a lot of stuff that applies to today's life. And one thing that he did tell me, he is like, don't nobody ever remember the fight. They just remember the finish.
Yeah.
And this is the fight right now. And one day there's gonna come a point to where one day we're gonna open those doors and we're gonna have that, and we're gonna have all of those shops are gonna be open again, all the stuff like that, and all we're gonna know is the finish. We're just in the fight right now.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Take a bow.
We are in agreement with you, sir.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me again, you're from Louisiana, is that right?
I am
Okay.
originally from Shreveport, Louisiana.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ooh, how cool.
Well, I always notice you have, a slight accent.
Yeah.
It comes out once in a while.
So
And
It
plus,
is.
you're always such a gentleman.
he
You're
is.
so, I mean,
love
I can
that.
tell your parents raised you well.
Yes. When you
Yes.
first came into us, I was like, who's this guy? Why have we never seen this guy before? Where does he come from? Now we know it was Louisiana.
Yep. Let's see. I just got done playing Martin Luther King.
Oh, I was
back
going
in
to ask
February.
you about that.
Yeah.
I saw that on your Facebook. Who was that for?
Oh,
That was
yeah.
in the.
That was the Point Loma Playhouse down in San Diego, and it was a stage play, but it was filmed. It's a supposed meeting between Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. It received a pretty good reviews. It got extended a couple more weekends. That was exciting.
Oh my gosh.
That was an email from a good friend of mine, and he was like, "Hey man, I got this email notice. I can't do it. Maybe you want to check it out."
I want to go.
Cosmo. It was like, "Would you be willing to get a test if I gave you this part?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I've had several, you know." And I'm like, "Yeah, all right." And long story short, I had about 2 weeks to get the script, get off book, and film. And
Oh my gosh, that's even worse than the Christmas show.
Oh my
well,
God.
not necessarily, because technically it was more days, because
Oh,
we had nine rehearsals. We only had one rehearsal,
jeez.
but I had the 2 weeks to learn the script and that
Wow.
one rehearsal. And he even gave me the blocking on paper.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
so when we got there for the only rehearsal, it was just kind of, we had to have the blocking memorized too. And of course, he didn't know what it was going to look like, so he changed it and all this other stuff. It was a whirlwind, but I do feel like every Christmas story ever told prepared me for that, because I was like, oh, this is nothing. I mean, I did it. I did it, and it got extended 2 weekends.
Cool though. And you just told us 2 stories of how you got a part because someone called you.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even have an audition. People are just like, hey, JK.
Well, this is like, I hate to see people left hanging, just especially in entertainment. Just people are so flaky. Like, if somebody else can't fulfill that, I have no problem saying, "Oh, I can." I mean, to be the best, you technically have to beat the best, And I'm like, well, if the best person for the part can't be here, let me be better.
It sounds like you've been so busy when everybody else is sitting around twiddling their thumbs saying, we wish we could do something. You've done one thing after another.
Well, that only started in about September, because I got a call from JDS Actor Studio here in Temecula, and they were doing a Zoom musical of Willy Wonka. It was unique. It's different. It's a lot harder to work with kids on Zoom than it is in real life. Memorizing lines, having backgrounds, even showing up to rehearsals, is I went through the effort to get the green screen and the lights, and I set myself up. I stood up with my costume area and all this other stuff, and then everybody else is kind of just laying on the couch like this, and I'm like, well, I'm not doing this anymore.
You guys are taking it seriously.
I've obviously put too much into it.
Good on you.
Yeah, but you're setting a good example for those kids. Hopefully one of them could see you and go, oh, okay, that's
what you're supposed to be doing.
this is what we're supposed to do when we're serious about this stuff. This is how we're supposed to act. Because we chat every once in a while on Facebook, but I remember we were both kind of in the same boat, because we were both just like, what are we gonna do? It's like I don't have any motivation. There's nothing going on. I mean, I remember having those conversations with you. And then when I finally saw you doing stuff, I was like, yay, someone's climbing out of the hole.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's just what it was. It was like it was realizing, okay, I'm in the dumps right now. Like I've been here before. Let me do something. Like,
Yeah.
I have to do
We
something.
have to reinvent everything.
Well, see, and I'm just really thankful that I'm Kami's friend because she's very restless. You know, I'm busy with my family and I'm like, I don't really have time to do anything, but she's very like, what are we going to do? What do we do today? So if I didn't have her, I just sit around going, I don't know.
It goes both ways. I don't have 3 children, so that's part of it. She's busy.
But she's so motivated.
No, I just don't want to
So she
stop.
pulls me along.
I just can't stop. I feel like theater has survived the ages for hundreds and hundreds of years. And we've been down here before, and theater people always come back. It's just
Can't keep us down.
You have to keep doing something. And so I always like it when I see actors like you that are just like, I'm still here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That does mean a lot, because it's been such a battle, and I'm grateful for every step. A lot of people who don't know about, artistry or who don't know about theater in general, they tend to think that the goal of it, like if you want to be an actor, that your goal is to be famous. And that's not my goal. My goal is to make enough of a living doing something that I enjoy doing. So as an example, when I like when I'm talking to my family, that's my example. Is like I make about as much as a fry cook, but I'm not cooking fries. Like I'm not getting yelled at by people in customer service. I'm not doing that. Yes, I'm making about as much as them, but I'm doing something way better.
I get that.
We get it.
It's like you just have to keep going.
We get it.
Very true.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, you were in the military for, you're just all over the place.
A little butterfly.
I was just one of those kids when all the teachers were saying you can do anything you want. I was just one of the ones that listened.
Yeah.
Like, I might not be able to tell you much about algebra, but I can tell you anything you want to hear about dreams and all that other stuff. I listened to that part.
We don't want to hear anything about algebra, so.
No, I hate algebra.
What branch were you in?
Marine Corps.
Oh, I have a Marine. I take him to bed and I'm safe all night.
Marine Corps.
Yeah.
You guys are fun. I just recently got drafted to a podcast called The Bullshit Sessions. I know that's some harsh language, but it is all veterans, all different parts of the spectrum, and we get together and we talk about what's really important, like movie villains and, mint chocolate chip ice cream. So you can find that on all your podcast platforms as well.
In our future ventures, we're doing a lot of through our shop talk shop. We are networking and reaching out to people and touching bases and rubbing elbows and saying, okay, are you with us? Because we want to do stuff. So I got out on speed dial and I'm going to be like, hey, we're doing this show. You're in.
Yeah, absolutely. I love performing. I'm not a snob about it. I love performing. Everybody needs to laugh. Everybody needs to be entertained. And I am more than willing to entertain anyone who will listen. In the name of art.
That's right. Thank you. All right. Well, you're on the list and we've included you in our theater company from the beginning because we love you. We love your passion up there. It really shows through on stage. You can really tell it's in you and you love it. And so you fit with us because it's in us and we love it. So we're going to go forth and conquer.
I think so.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite color?
Green.
Mine too.
Nice.
Why is green your favorite color?
It's Joker's hair. It's the color of money. It's the color. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's the color. It signifies good luck. Green is Yes, green is it. My green is not is power, not control, but power. The powerful don't need to be told that they're powerful.
That's right.
Those who are in control need to be made to feel like they're in control, and I don't need that.
No.
The Joker knew who he was, even though he's a bad guy. But
Yeah.
if you did a universe of vice versa, he would be the best superhero to ever live because he lets everything that motivates him is his truth. It's nothing superficial. It's nothing made up. It's nothing society taught him. It's all his personal experiences. And if there was a hero like that, he might be the best in the world.
I think you've thought about this for
Yeah,
a
I'm like,
long time.
just like a character study on the Joker
yeah,
or what?
you kind of know a lot about that.
You've like
guy.
written a volume about the Joker.
Are you actually the Joker?
You're the Joker, aren't you?
He's a Joker.
You are the real Joker.
I'll never tell if I was.
If you could go anywhere in the whole world, where would you go?
Anywhere in the whole world, the Tuscan countryside. I would go to Tuscany and I would retire there. Oh man, I'm telling so much about myself right now. Under the Tuscan Sun is one of my favorites, and I love Diane Lane, always have. What she did in that movie is exactly what I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
Go, leave it all behind, and be like, hey, we've made it. We're on the Tuscan countryside. I'll grow my own food. I'll have my own animals. I got my own villa.
She's
Yep.
drinking wine and making her own food. Yeah,
That's great.
it's a great movie.
Yeah.
If you could only eat one kind of food for the rest of your life, what kind would it be?
Whew, that's so hard because I eat so much. It would definitely be ribs. I would
Oh,
eat ribs
Hey,
every day. Barbecue ribs. I
Yeah.
had some good ribs at Destination Him at one time.
right? It's the old depot.
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard they have great barbecue, but I've never been there. We're gonna have to
You
try
have
it.
to try it. Now that things are open back up,
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
we had fun with you.
Oh, thank you guys so much for having me. It was a pleasure to be here.
It was great to see you and talk to you and catch up.
And make sure you like us and subscribe to us on YouTube.
like and subscribe.
Consider it done.
Well, very much, sir. And you have a wonderful rest of your day. And we're going to be seeing you around, okay?
Absolutely. And you guys do the same. Thank you so much again. Love you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Mwah. Love you. Talk to you.
Okay,
Hey,
now
guys.
you have to wave awkwardly.
Until we go.
Yeah, okay. Awkward. And so, yeah, that was fun.
So anyway, that was JK.
Yeah, and he's really cool.
That was a really good interview.
Yeah.
He has a lot to talk about.
He does. And someday we're going to say, oh, I knew him. We talked to him. He was on the Talk Shop. And the Talk Shop.
We're going to talk shop in the talk shop.
I don't know. I'm confused.
It's okay.
Okay.
Talk
the
shop.
talk shop.
Dun, 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 talk shop.
Talk Shop.
I know it's going to be a #1 hit pretty soon. And thank you, Kay Weldon, for coming and being our guest and talking about all your stuff. And we hope we get to see you really, really soon.
Yeah. Hoorah.
Yay! If you would like to be a guest on our show, send me a message on Facebook, or you can send us an email.
Or you could go like this.
Hey, I want to be on the talk show. Okay.
Okay. Done.
Our email address is hstc@thedvac.org. So
And I had no lipstick the whole time. I'm like, this stupid eyeshadow. It doesn't do anything for me. Look at it. No lipstick or nothing, and I was all washed out by the
I was going to say
stupid.
something about it, but
What? Are you serious?